take me through how that affected any of these business owners. Where you can only have 25 people, you can have 50 people, you got to wear a mask, you don't have to wear a mask. There was a lot of confusion, which led to a lot of frustration. How did they handle it?
Right. So, it was interesting. Small business owners were on the front lines of the mask wars. They were the people enforcing the 6-foot social distancing rules. They were the ones who had to enforce vaccine rules, and that caused problems. But I'll use the example of restaurants. TJ wasn't angry at the governor, understood that this is a moving problem. They're trying to figure out as they go. You could have 50% capacity. No, it's down to 25% capacity, but we'll go back to 50% capacity. And then, if you remember, November, December of 2020, there was a huge spike. There was actually more cases in the fall of 2020 than the spring of 2020, more deaths as well. And the governor closed them down for 3 weeks. So when I started this project, everyone was, this is the spring of 2020, a quarter of small businesses are going to go under, a third of small businesses, 40% of independent businesses. So in my head, I was thinking like, which one of these are going to go under, right? I follow 3 very closely, but there's kind of basically a dozen businesses, small businesses I was in regular touch with. And like, are 2 or 3 going to go out of business? But the one thing I knew, TJ Cusimano Restaurant, he was so creative. He was so dedicated. He was going to make a way to find it work. Well, when they shut down his restaurant for a second time, that just killed him. He was making no money. It's the winter. You can't have anyone eating outside. And I get this text that broke my heart in December of 2020. He had taken a job as a construction worker. And, Monday and Tuesdays were days off in the restaurant. So he worked full time those days and worked half days the rest of the week. And, then went to the restaurant to, prepare food for takeout and such. And like, oh my goodness, TJ might go under. So, at one point or another, I thought any one of these small businesses are doomed. And, I won't give it away. It's written more like a novel. You follow these characters. But the one thing I can say is that great small business die-off that they warned us about did not happen. In the typical year, 8.5%, 9%, 10% of the small businesses go under. In 2020, 11 or 12% went under. So there's an uptick of a few percentage points. There's restaurants I love, shops I love that went under. If you're in the middle of a big city like New York, you're in a college town where all the kids are in their bedrooms, their childhood bedrooms. They weren't, coming to the eateries in the middle of town, the shops. So there was some pain, but across the board, small businesses, they fared pretty well. Again, the grit, the creativity of small businesses, and that $1 trillion or so the federal government